A large oil company might not be doing a moral thing, Miriam. Shocker.
Oh, my God, really? What, a large oil company? But I worship large oil companies. How could they possibly do this?
They've broken your trust for...
$28 a barrel? That's a bargain. Yeah, no, apparently it was reported that Shell had purchased close to 725,000 barrels of Russia's flagship crude oil at a bargain price of $28 a barrel.
Or below.
So, I mean, look, war, was it good for? Making money for some of these companies. So clearly they had an opportunity and they took it. Yeah. But that is amoral, isn't it?
Is there a whiff? There's a whiff of blame in there for them taking this action. You think this is not the action to take?
It's obviously not the action to take, but, you know...
Yeah.
They're into profiteering.
Yeah.
Side, though, Josh,
I mean, they're saying now they're sort of justifying it as the oil that we're importing from other parts of the world isn't going to get here in time. We have to sort of deliver to our customers, and then people will suffer. But then what about the Ukrainians? And I think and now they're also saying, oh, we're going to donate the profits. It's like $20 million profit. They're going to donate that.
They will?
Well, I think they will now. Whether they would have done it before being confronted with this,
yeah.
But I think this is part of a larger issue. Is now that companies are stepping up and sort of pulling out of Russia, what blowback is that going to be to us as people not in that place now? Because Shell is the first company to deal with Russia since this has happened, the first oil company to deal with Russia. That crosses the Rubicon. If we say that that's acceptable because we need their oil, then it's the fact is, what are we suffering? What are we willing to pay? Are we willing to run out of oil, or which countries are willing to not have heating or whatever, or pay more for their gas and electricity and their petrol? That's the question. Is what are we?
You should saying we should. There should be a price for taking a moral stance in any.
Yeah, I think that we're not paying that price exactly. Yeah. Thank you. You said it in a much more succinct and intelligent way than me.
Oh, but I mean, what separates out these stories in their head. If you're sat queuing for petrol, you will be upset about the price that you're about to pay without thinking of the reasons for it. Even if you see this headline and tut at Shell, but then half an hour later queuing for petrol thinking, I can't believe it's this much these days. People just won't make that mental jump.
Well, I think, but I don't know, you say that, but I think people are intelligent. People do read newspapers, and hopefully they can be told of that mental jump. This is why petrol has gone up. This is why things might be happening. I don't want to start, by the way, don't go out and buy petrol. I can't. Let's not go through all of that again.
Oh, 2 hours I queued for. I was only buying a Twix. Absolute waste of it. I suppose when we did hear the stories of places like Zara not trading in Russia, no one thinks it's a downside. Like, oh no, they're not going to sell quite as many of those shirts that I can't fit into.
Exactly. But if that had stopped us from being able to buy stuff at Zara, that's when the riots would start in the UK.
Yeah, I would have lost mine.
Yeah, I mean, we'd be like, just give Ukraine to Putin. I need my sort of Zara...
I was completely unconcerned until Zara came into it.